left alone. He gave me the keys. I'm here by myself. There are people here. I don't like people. What are you doing here? Oh, my goodness. Let me see. I've got all kinds of buttons to play with. Oh, this is going to be fun. What's this one do? I like that rooster. Violence. There's an insane woman here. Why does it smell like sausage and litter? Oh my word.
This video is not intended for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe.
Good morning, Valhalla. What is this Chris Persian thing? I bet he's not even hard. In the haze. I bet he's never been in the haze. I've read things about Dean Prince. What the hell is a snort of hoops? Cardinal sin? Is there any other kind of sin? Whoosh! Whoosh! Southern? Where's the Southern Viking come from? Get violent! Yes. I still smell that dank hammer. Psycho Dwarf 9? I love psychos. Demented Andrew? You think I'm demented? No. And then we were saying here. I must prove it. Let's kill you all to prove it. But I'm not mad at all. I'm listening. I need to hire that rooster and give him a gun. He'll shoot. Some more sausages. Yams? What? So this is what Valhalla looks like. Ooh, I see a Mexican Iron Man. I know the truth about you, buddy. I'm going to let everyone know soon enough. I see a rooster in the back, and I think I like it. This guy is violent. Give him a gun. Good morning, Dave Bob.
Good morning. You just had to fool with the buttons, huh? Just had to fool with them.
Don't leave a child alone. Well, there's no knobs, and there's no levers, and there's no beakers or vials or any of that stuff.
Somebody get a straitjacket. We need to restrain this man.
All right. I heard this crazy loud voice with cats screaming and the smell of cheap wine. There she is.
Cheap wine, really bad, doctor. Cheap. Well, all right, I can't argue with that. I'd be insulted if it wasn't true. The cheaper, the better. Good morning, y'all. And thanks to you, now, Adega, all I'm going to be hearing in my mind is boosh, boosh, boosh. That's all I said. Boosh. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning. Loki gave me the keys. I'm scared. Are you scared? I'm scared.
Yes.
He's gonna come
I guess
back.
we're supposed to talk about the week, and no, we're going to talk about whatever we want. So there.
Yeah, he's gonna come back Monday, and he's gonna find the place trashed, pizza boxes on the floor,
and that dang kitty litter smell. What the heck? Who brought?
You know
Arwyn.
what? I do the best I can. Leave me alone. It is too damn early to be picking on me about my cats, but anyway.
I'm not picking on you about your cats. I'm just smelling kitty litter and bad sausage and cheap wine.
Well, you're smelling clean kitty litter because the boxes have just been changed. Oh, it's clean kitty litter and cheap wine. Thank you very much.
Why did you assume
I'm
it was
one
you?
classy broad. I'm a classy broad. I get it.
Good morning, Valhalla, everyone out there. I'm surprised you came on such a screwball day, but thank you. Keeping the place alive and the seat warm for Loki while he's out both battling the elements, which we'll let him tell you about on Monday, and finish up his move. He's got the big construction crews that are coming by today, and not construction. Hopefully it's not construction or deconstruction or people with large hammers. But people are supposed to pick up the stuff and move it to his new place. And I know they're quite excited about it. So
remember,
we wish him luck.
Lift with your legs.
Not your back. Yes.
You know what? I walked out of one seminar because in order to keep your license to practice, you have to have so many classes every year. You never get away from school. I went to this one, and this moron was saying it was all mechanically wrong and you had to lift with your back. I pushed my seat into the chair and walked out. I don't care how much I paid for that. I'm not just going to listen to some moron.
Dega's like, I'm out. Bye.
I'm out.
You failed.
If I want to listen to morons, I get on Arwyn's show. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I told you I was going to pick on people today. That's just the way I am.
Oh, it's okay. We can take it. It's fine.
Yeah. Hey, Dave, Bob, we're glad you're back. You know, it's been a hard couple weeks. Hope everything's okay for you.
I appreciate all the people that have reached out, and thank y'all. It's been a rough couple of weeks, but everything's getting better.
Good. That's
someone as tough as you couldn't imagine it keeping you down for very long. So it seems like it's been rough on a lot of people. Arwyn had her week, and the community has shown how much we appreciate you and coming to help. Yeah, and that's one thing I do like about everyone here and the community. When someone's down, it's nice to be around people who are willing to help pick them up. That's why Dave, Bob, and Arwyn are here. Regardless of me being in charge, they're doing it for Loki, not for my sake, not for your sake. They're doing it for Loki.
That is a really good point, though. No one was more surprised than me at just the incredible support. It was almost within 24 hours kind of support. And thank y'all so much. I mean, yes, it's been a hard time, but then every now and then something really incredible happens, and it does. It helps to restore your faith in humanity, that people are decent, that they are good, that they want to be there for you in whatever capacity they can. And sometimes we forget that.
Yeah. If it wasn't for the hard times, I mean, that's when you find out who your friends are and who really, cares about you.
Yeah. Yeah. Some really good people in my corner. So, mwah, I love y'all.
I'm not going to kiss anybody.
Mwah, that was for Dave Bob. That was from him.
You can't kiss with a bird beak, so that's all right.
He'll pick your eye out.
Yeah, I can pick your eyes out, and I can beat your butt with a board.
I like it.
And he'll shave you the
Violence.
whole time he's doing it. I say, boy, get your head out of the fucking clouds, boy. Come on, get your pants up. What's the matter with you? It's all in love, smack peck. That's our David.
I'm a love rooster.
Yes, he's a love.
That's what they said. The whole hen house.
Dave Bob of the Chicken Ranch. Oh, wait, did I say that? I meant, sorry.
I'm not going there.
Wait, you've already been there. You told me about your young life. I know you've been there.
I know where those hens have been. I don't want any part of it. I say.
All right. So tell me about the week. Anything stand out for you? We might as well try and stay on topic for a second or two.
Well, one thing for sure, the wages of woke are starting to come back on a lot of different studios. Flash is crashing, Elemental's crashing, all that good stuff.
It is lovely. You know, people say the wages of woke, and I wanted to bring this up because I know the information's come out. Two things. One, the pilot of the submarine, you guys all know that. I don't think it was that person's fault. Yeah, it is as unusual as that person may have been or unqualified. Maybe they were qualified. I don't know. But we know that the ship imploded and the people died instantly, which if they're going to die, that's probably terrible. The fastest way it's ever going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Fast. They wouldn't feel a thing. That would be very quick.
Yeah. But another thing, too, which most people don't know, and it's come out recently, our Navy knew about it on Sunday and didn't tell anyone because certain political things were happening and they had to make sure the news didn't cover it. So
is that okay? I have a question about that. I do have a question about that. Okay. Did they not tell anyone because they were there's a couple scenarios that I've thought about. Did they not tell anyone because they were waiting for basically word from their overlords? Did they not tell anyone because they were gathering information and wanted to get out the right thing? What exactly do you think was their incentive?
The news cycle had to be strung out so that certain topics that were happening at that time that were detrimental to certain parties could not get out.
Yes.
Because
our Navy ships and certain other nations, I don't think the Chinese are as good, but I know the Russians are. They have sound devices everywhere. And the moment something like that happens, they know what it was. They know who it was. They hunt other submarines for a living in our Navy. They know what's going on. So It was deliberately hushed.
Yep. They wanted that on the news cycle instead of certain other things. The search for the missing submarine that everybody knew was already gone.
Yep.
Because to me, that kind of harkens back to the days of, or I should say, this tragedy harkens back to the days of when the space shuttles exploded and stuff like that. To me, that's nationwide news. That's not just politics. It's not just agenda. It's news. It's things. It involves people's lives. It involves something bigger. And that's, to me, that's the kind of stuff that should go boom, front page as soon as they get their information and get it out. I don't care who's running for what, who's got who's in whose back pocket. That stuff, that's all kabuki theater, in my opinion.
Well, honestly,
I want to know the real stuff that's going on in our country, and this is part of the real stuff.
That's not going to happen because, politics trump everything. I'm going to tell you right now, the Navy has had equipment tracking subs and stuff since the 50s. I mean, they have such sophisticated stuff out there. They know exactly what is on the surface and everything that is below the surface. They know where it's at all times. They have listening like Adega says, sound listening devices all through there. There's nothing going on out there that they don't know about.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a couple good points in chat. Dean says, in defense of the military, they have a chain of command. When that information reached a certain level, it was either delayed by the staff or civilian oversight. And there's no doubt about that. The people in the Navy, the vast majority of them are good people. It's just those who tell them this can be released or that can't be released, we're playing with people. The cavalrymen feel bad about the son who got pressured by his aunt to go with his dad. Yeah, I feel bad for the whole crew. I don't care what you may think of the pilot or anything else. It was sad. It was misfortune. And it also was a lesson on the side that make sure you get your news from multiple sources and none of them on mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're going to go on an adventure, make sure you check your own equipment.
Yeah.
There's a message for you, Dave Bob. Some guy I know his secrets about is trying to ask you something or say something.
Let's see what.
Ooh.
Go ahead and read it.
Dave, Bob, and Arwyn. Glad things are looking up for both of you. Love you all three. Question: what day y'all, I'm assuming, find out about the loss in England, laws in England not welcome in school about questioning genders? Haven't heard about that.
I did hear about that. Some of our English people would probably know more about that, but yeah, they're silencing people from talking about. There was a kid, I think, recently who got in trouble because he kept telling his professor there's only two genders, and he got in big trouble for that. So we need the sheriff, Punkwaddle, go to England and take care of that for us.
We were talking a little bit. Arlene and I were talking a little bit about that yesterday. Isn't that? Are you talking about the law that was pretty much all over Europe, and in England that talks about? Oh God, what was it? Arlena, are you still listening? I think where children cannot transition until they reach 18,
and that's causing a stir. So early.
I know. I knew you were going to be running things, so I had to gird my loins. I had to fortify.
She girded her loins.
That is such an old expression, and every time I use it, people are like, "What?" Yeah, gird your loins, y'all. Isn't it biblical? Isn't it like that in Bible days? Gird your loins, which means protect yourself. Get ready. Anyway, is that what y'all are, Mexican Iron Man? Is that what you're talking about, or is this something?
No, it's something different. Chris has a little bit. It says a 12-year-old girl who was told by the teacher she wasn't welcome back at the school.
Simply because.
For what reason?
Because she kept saying there was only boys and only girls.
Oh my goodness!
It had nothing to do with the gender reassignment stuff.
Fortified. Thank you, Mexican Iron Man. Fortified. Okay. Look, here's the thing, and again, we were yesterday on Arwyn Activated. We were talking about toxic masculinity, and really, when you boil things down, it's not necessarily male and female in this regard. There's masculine and feminine, and when you start conflating everything, that's when you get 2023 modern day woke politics. Because people want to think outside the box, and that's a great thing. Thinking outside the box, check. We love it. People want to be different and special and find their uniqueness. Check. No problem. I struggled with that all through high school. I wanted to be unique. I wanted to be special. I wanted to be me. Okay. But when does that transcend being unique and thinking outside the box to just total bullshittery in our society? I think we're to that point where you can't even use gendered language without getting clocked for it. No.
It's ridiculous.
We used to call that a mental illness.
Yeah, it is a mental illness. I don't care what they say. Honestly, I mean, look at what's happening in California with the law they're trying to pass out there, where the state pretty much takes over your child's life and they can do whatever they want to do. Parents aren't going to be involved. If a 4-year-old decides, they want to be a certain gender, well, they're gonna.
Well, what I don't understand
feed into that.
is, okay, we have a lot of mental health conditions that people deal with. People deal with being bipolar. People deal with depression. People deal with, oh my God, just again, my brain's not working, but y'all know what I mean when there are mental things that people have to deal with. Okay, mental conditions, mental illness, mental disabilities, however one is comfortable using that term. So if that is the case, and people are very open about it now, they're very accepting about it. We all understand there's been a huge surge in mental health care. There are not stigmas that there used to be. We have more knowledge, we have more understanding, we have more conversation, we're more open about it. It is okay to, deal with mental issues today. If you are dealing with it and you're getting care and you're talking about it, it's fine. It's accepted in society. So why is it then, my question to y'all, why is it
Clap it
that
out.
if you say, okay, if you are transgender, or if a transgender person who says, I am transgender, yes, this is a mental condition and this is my treatment. I get it. I was born a male or born female, but I have the brain of the opposite sex. That usually is not normal. There's something going on in my mind. I'm going to get treatment for it. And, a lot of times that treatment is to transition. Why can't we say that without people coming at you going, it's not a mental illness. It's not this. You can choose to identify however you want, blah, 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 blah. Why is that such a stigma now? When everything else under the sun is accepted, oh, you got depression? Oh, okay, I get it. I understand. Are you getting help for it? Are you working with it? Are you under treatment? But now if you say that about transgenderism or transsexualism, which is what a lot of people in the trans community choose to say because it is the correct term, all of a sudden you're an ist and an obe. I don't understand that. I'm trying to, anyway, I just want to throw that out.
Here's something to clarify. First off, you mentioned something, and it throws me into near fits of anger, and I want to. They people say male body with female brain or female body with male brain. There's no such thing.
Oh my God, we were talking about that last night. Arlene and I were talking about last night.
That just
yes, behind the scenes.
The brain is pliable throughout almost your entire life until you start getting senior dementia of various sorts, whether it's avascular.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
Yes, crazy rooster. All right. So depending on the preferences that you put in your head, the brain will adapt. Like learning to ride a bike, there's certain parts of the brain you can actually dissect and see that this person learned to ride a bike. This person learned to appreciate pleasure as pain and pain as pleasure. It's a rewiring of the brain, just like anything else that someone experiences. So there is no male in female or female in male. It is an adaptation to the stresses that were put on the individual.
Okay.
That being said, going back to your other point, you go back 100 years ago, and I have a special needs kid, and I paid a lot of attention to us. And those of you who have followed some of the work that Loki and I have done on Thursday nights, where we talked about a couple of insane asylums years and years ago, when they would put people in these places, they were horrible. Yeah. Up until almost 30, 35 years ago, some of them were still bad, even in more industrial nations. And then they shut them all down in the late 80s in the States. Mm-hmm. The thing is, now, just like everything else, the pendulum has swung too far in the other direction, where mental illness is celebrated as normal when it's not. Care needs to be given. And the number one thing that anyone can do for any mental condition, I don't care if it's bipolar, if it's depression or what have you, hard work and get your butt out walking in the forest or anything that has greenery. That will do better than any medication or any therapy. Not to say that they're not good in whatever circumstance they may be in. But someone who's having troubles, they have to get out and walk.
Here.
That's true. That is true.
Get outside. Get your butt moving.
The mad doctor has spoken madly. So there.
It's true though, but since I've started really walking and and the days I don't do it, I can usually tell a difference in my spirit. I can tell a difference in my attitude. I can feel myself falling back into those old patterns, of just being in the dumps, having the blues, whatever. And I've worked really hard to get out of that. And then when I have times when I go back in that, it's not good. So it's like, oh my God, I'm just going to go out and touch some grass. I'm going to go out and walk around. I'm going to go out and hug a tree. And yes, I'm a little bit of a tree hugger. But the point is, you're right. Being out in the fresh air and the nature and everything, it just you and that, it does help. It does help.
That's one thing I try to do at least 5 days a week. I get out. My knees are getting pretty shot. I'm getting old. I can't walk like I used to, but I can damn sure still ride a bike, and I'll ride a bike for 10 or 15 miles.
Yeah.
Mexican Iron Man says something, and I actually know how this works. He says, gee, if they dissected my brain, they would see that my neurorods, yeah, you don't know anatomy, a pleasure and pain are tied to Puerto Rican girl memories. There's also probably a hologram that's buzzing around in there that shows some really disturbing things that I Mexican Iron Man, geez. I think we need a skull for this, maybe?
Yeah.
That seems appropriate.
I need to get that song from Loki because I want to add that to one of my playlists. I'm not kidding. I groove. Every time that skull is played, I'm like, ooh, yeah. Taking me back. I want that song.
I'm still wondering if there was any broken glass involved in all of that.
Oh, God.
All right, I'm going to throw a hard question because most of these channels, and you guys, some of you know how I am. I love listening to various different people's approach and theories and discussions on the topics of the day, and we've had a lot on. The failures of Disney, their DEA director being fired. I mean, dismissed, walking away. Either way, she's no longer there. Yeah, the one who was in charge of changing everything into shades of gray and rainbows, if that makes sense. But we hear it on all kinds of channels. Is there anything that you guys want to discuss that hasn't been on these channels? Something that, and you can bring it up in chat too, that we can discuss that is not necessarily the mainstream that you're going to hear over and over again. Because one thing I do not like is to be in an echo chamber of our own making, even if it is throwing out facts. Sometimes you need to move on and learn something new. So what else is there? Besides tornadoes and sinking submarines, including the Disney submarines, what you got on mind?
Ooh, I hear they found aliens in Arizona.
Ooh.
Yeah, where are they from? Mexico?
Oh, I was going to say, like legit?
There you go. No, I'm talking about there's supposedly someone saw some 10-foot aliens or something in it.
Oh, with that they say a downed UFO sighting thing?
Yeah, something. Somebody called in and they claimed that there was a 10-foot alien out there by a trash dumpster or something. I'm not.
Does the Southwest have sneak paella in the water? Because it's always out south. It's always Southwest where all the aliens. It's always New Mexico or Arizona.
Aliens like a dry climate. Water.
It's the lizard people.
Yeah, the lizard.
It's the lizard people. That's why you don't see them in Florida. Florida are just full of crazy humans. Out west, it's all the crazy aliens.
It is. I can't think of the last time I heard someone in the woods of Georgia go, "Oh, look, Frank, look up there! Oh my God, it's a UFO! Oh, that alien is 10 feet tall and he's green. Look at them big old eyes. We got
better watch out there, bud. He's gonna get probed."
He's going, I won't get
Exactly. Broken Entertainment has it right there. He goes, yes, aliens have crossed the galaxy and traveled the stars to the dumpster dive in Arizona. Well, think of it. When you're probing, it's a tanned butt. It's not pale and pasty. You got a tanned butt to probe. It's a little bit more enjoyable, I guess, from an alien perspective. Anyway.
No pale
June
and
Wong.
butts for the aliens.
Speaking of health, question for Dr. Adega. Do you watch Dr. Joseph Campbell on YouTube? I am disturbed by the scientific papers he reads on the poke. No, I don't. I get mine from, if I wanted the scientific papers, I go straight to the scientific papers and not listen to other doctors' opinions on it. Because just like anything, you can read it and then take it in several different ways. So I don't know what his disturbing things are about the poke. But as I've told everyone from, and Dave Bob can attest to this, when it first started coming to the light of day, before they even started distributing it, I said, not on your life. Run for the hills. Don't do it. And for those of you who have, there's ways to help you through it. Those of you who haven't, stay strong, my friends. And I know you're grateful that you didn't. So no. In other words, June Wong, no. And let me see. I'm not good with this, so I got to find some kind of skull. What should we give him? This one's appropriate. Yeah. PJ's here. He says, Adega, PJ!
Hey, PJ.
Our relation. Very good friend of mine. We don't talk enough.
I watch.
You guys are gonna
go ahead.
I have something here. You can go on, Dave Bob, but Project Story Sign tells me to check my DMs, and I'm horrible at multitasking. I can only pull one knob or one lever at a time. I'm not that good at it. So give me just a second. You guys cover for me. I'm going to check my DMs.
I watch a show called, or a YouTube channel called The Y-Files, and there's this guy on there. He comes up with all kinds of crazy stuff and everything, and he's got an alter ego as a goldfish called Hecklefish, and they're always talking about the lizard people.
Well, look, I'm all for alien sightings. I am all, because I've thought about this. I'm like, look, do I really think there is alien life out there? And I don't know. I really don't know. So since I don't know, hell, anything could be possible. Why not?
I don't
there could be something out there. I don't know.
I have no doubt there's alien life out there, but the fact that they would want to visit this rock, no, I just don't see that.
I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, obviously, if they have a spaceship and they come here, they're going to be more advanced. Because I used to think, well, why the hell are they more advanced than us? Well, they made it here, and we haven't exactly, made it to another planet that's occupied with beings. So, okay. But then I think, well, where would they go? They always seem to go to the Southwest. Okay, what is it about the Southwest? I mean, I am all for alien sightings, but I just don't know. Who knows? I don't know.
Project Storytime. I'm very sorry. I am not sophisticated enough to know how to share that image. It is what I smelt this morning.
Oh God! What did you do?
I cannot share it because I don't know how. So sorry. It was beautiful and terrifying at the same time.
Since they said it to me,
Penny wants to know who's beeping.
Oh, you know what, Penny? I live in Podunk nowhere, and there is literally a dairy factory right by here. And you guys can get nice little packages for Christmas made by all these wonderful dairy farmers around here. But a couple things happen when you're so close to someone or some place like that. There's sometimes a lot of heavy equipment. We will have trucks that go by full of cow manure, and you will smell that. You'll have other people with their off-road vehicles or their tractors buzzing by, and you can hear that. And you can also hear the beeping of the workers across the street trying to put on a new cap to a steeple on a church in copper. And these guys are the biggest morons I have ever seen. You cut once and place. But these guys, they'll measure, cut one, take the lift, put it up, come down. Oh, wait, here's another one. We'll go back up, measure, go down, cut, go up, measure. Instead of doing it all the measuring at once, doing all the fine cutting once it's in place, they don't know what they're doing. They've been doing it for a week, and this beeping noise is driving me insane. Thank you for pointing that out, Penny.
Thanks for bringing it to light. All right, I've shared it. All you got to do, I think, is click add to stream. Yes.
There it is.
Yes. Y'all have no idea how close to truth this really is. Except I don't dress like that. I don't. Those shoes, y'all know. No, I mean,
is that a triple fanny pack?
Yeah, see, I do not dress. That is not my real clothes or not my clothes. That's not my real body.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to differ with you. That cat shirt is exactly how I picture you.
Coke and vodka, and Eris is the queen of overseeing all the chaos.
Yeah, see, that's accurate. Eris.
There's one dog in there. Poor dog.
Oh no, well that's not true to life, y'all. I love dogs, but there is no way in hell I'm throwing a dog in this mix.
Oh, there's
no.
3 dogs. We call that fake news project story time. There's dogs in there. We found you out. Besides, that's not cheap wine. There's a nice vodka bottle up there, but we're close.
I'll drink fake vodka. Oh my god. Cheap vodka, cheap vodka. I'll drink cheap vodka.
Rubbing alcohol. It's got alcohol in it.
Ooh, boy. Got to get the 91% at least.
I wouldn't know. I've never drank.
Happy. And then they go off, and then she pours this pale colored liquid into her, those old thermoses where you screw the top off and then you drink it, out of the cup of the top of the thermos. And it was all about alcohol. And I used to think, what the hell is she doing drinking rubbing alcohol? That's what I thought alcohol was when I was a kid. And I was horrified by that. I'm like, they let this girl drink rubbing alcohol? Oh my God. No, they didn't, dumb young ass. They were talking about regular alcohol.
Yeah.
Arwyn can't even smell anything anymore.
Oh, yes.
Thank you, Jeebus.
Yes,
I like the monkey.
Trust me.
Oh, Plant Meat Group wants Macomb Bacon to change name. I don't know anything about that.
What? They want them to change? Oh, I guess
Plant
because of the bacon.
Group. What the hell is plant meat? I mean, that's a daggum.
I don't know. These are my feelings on it, though.
Yeah, burn it down.
Burn it to oblivion. Fire.
God, that just, that makes me want to rant. This is okay. I'm gonna rant just for a brief second. That's the kind of shit that drives me nuts. I don't have a problem with somebody making a decision for their life. You want to be a vegetarian? Be a vegetarian. You want to be a vegan? Be a vegan. You want to, wear a clown suit and walk around with balloons just singing to yourself? Fine. Knock yourself out. But the problem I have is when somebody makes a change in their life and then they look at you and demand you make the same change. Nope, not going to happen. Be content with the choices of your life. Be content with what you've made that is best for you. I am all for that. But when you start demanding corporations and companies change their names because it offends you, and I'm not talking things that are immoral, illegal, or unethical. I'm talking about freaking making bacon, y'all. The name Making Bacon. You got people pitching a fit about that, want them to change their names because they are so offended. No, that is your bag. That is your thing. That is your choice. Fine. Live and be happy with it. But don't expect everyone else on this planet to change for you because you have an issue with something. That's not how humanity works. We're not a conglomerate mind. We're not a hive mind. We're going to have different opinions about things. We're going to have different choices the way that we live our lives. That's fine. We can accept that. But don't expect everyone else and their brother to change for you. That's just, honey, we teach our kids that when they're little. Kids are grown up, being taught by parents, oh, so-and-so called me a name on the playground and they hurt my feelings. Honey, just move on and get over it. That's their issue, not yours. But adults don't know that today. So anyway, rant over. That just bugs me.
There you go. I got something after that. But
True.
I don't know, Arwyn. The hive mind is out there. I don't care what you say. There's a hive mind out there.
I agree. There is a hive mind. But what I'm saying is those with the hive mind should not expect everyone else to get behind whatever the hell it is, that they get their jollies from. That's just not reality. That's not the way things go. Shit, even in my own family, we have different ideas about things.
Well, you can be like, Bill Gates and buy up all the farmland in America and then tell everybody not to eat meat because he's got the angle on what is it, some kind of lab-grown synthetic meat?
Oh, my God. No, I want my steak, y'all. Give me a good butt roast any day. I'm sorry. I like my steak and potatoes. But
I owe Andrew something real quick because I think most of us are in agreement. That is way less cats than I imagined.
Y'all shady. Y'all shady this morning. That's all I'm saying. Y'all be shady. Shut up, Mad Doctor.
No, but going along with your point, some of you know, well, maybe most of you know, I was working with a publishing company, great people, stupid people in it. Not all of them. Some of them were really good people. But there was an editor. One of the things, this person, I won't share the name, but she quit because what our motto was savage stories. And she couldn't work at a place where they glorified being savage.
Oh, my God.
Oh, it is so true. And I said, see ya. Good luck.
Snowflake, anyone? Man, I'm going to tell you what, some of the people nowadays, they can't stand any kind of confrontation. I mean, did you see the news where the general of the army or whatever said something about, they monitor all the dadgum social medias so that for mean tweets against the upper brass because, well, what the hell is that? Sorry.
You know what? I got to throw this in because he did the phone, and this is what I have to say to that general.
Long live the fighters!
Yes.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
Yeah, I guess nowadays the military leaders will be incapacitated by a mean tweet. All you got to do is just send a mean tweet out, and then you can overrun the lines.
Right.
Oh my God, we just all need to grow a pair. Just grow damn
Speaking
hair.
of lifestyle and diet, another question for me. Am I doing this right? One day eating only cooked carrots, one day fasting so that I can get my butt clear for my apartment. Yes, you're doing it right.
Sure.
Dang
The
it all.
doctor's spoken.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Here, you know what? When you're doing it, you also have to add. Let me see. I put this in your. Fanta. Fanta, one Fanta. You need a Fanta, 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 one Fanta. Jeebus needs a Fanta.
He always looks so sad and bad after he drinks that Fanta. He's like, ah. That must be a good drink. Yum.
Awesome. All right. What else we got for this week? This has been better than I anticipated. I thought I would pull the wrong lever and then blow the whole place up. I'll save that for the end.
Yep.
As long as you
We'll
don't
have
hear
the fireworks for finale.
Have it go boom.
Yeah.
As
The
long
only
as you
thing I
don't,
know
as long
about-
as you don't hear the sound of whoop 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 from a submarine going down.
Oh God.
Yeah. It's true.
Too early, too soon.
Now,
Too soon.
Penny asks, what movies have you all seen? What movies have you seen lately? I don't have a
I
movie
honestly
theater
What was
by
the
me.
last
have not been to a
I
movie
saw?
in quite a while. Last one I saw was John Wick 4.
Last two I saw was Little Mermaid and the Across the Spider-Verse. I think. I'm pretty sure that's is that the last one I saw? Yeah, I've been watching Desperate Housewives on the sly. So other than that, those are the movies.
Yep, we've already covered mental disorder. Move on from that topic.
I know. It's actually it's a really good show. I enjoy it, but it's one of those shows that you just kind of put on in the background. But those movies, Across the Universe was okay. Little Mermaid sucked. Other than that, and Final Fantasy's been released. Final Fantasy 16's was released yesterday. So if y'all want to see some good gaming, Fat Steven's he's going to be streaming that probably for a while. But other than
I
that,
smelled something.
stop. But yeah, I've kind of just been. I don't really know. It's been a strange week. It's been partly in fog, partly not. So that's kind of how this week.
We saw the D&D movie. I don't know if I
need to see that.
Has
I've
it even
heard
come
people
out
say
yet?
it was reasonable. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Has
I need
anyone-
to see that.
Has it come out yet? The D&D movie?
Oh yeah, it's been out for a while.
Mm,
That tells you how interested I was in it.
yeah, I've got to see it. I've heard. I try and stay away from reviews of movies I definitely know I'm going to see because I like to form my own opinion about it. But it's like, well, I'm not going to see it for a while, and I haven't gone out of my way to find reviews, but just kind of hearing people talking about it from the the YouTube sphere. It sounds pretty good. It sounds like it's just an enjoyable popcorn movie. Go and have a good time. See, Louise loved it.
Louise, yeah, she said she loved it, and I have to. She loves my books, so I have to trust her opinion, regardless of what she says. So if she likes it, I will like it.
She just likes Chris Pine.
You hear that, Louise? You like Chris Pine?
and we got another backup. Dave G says the same thing.
Yeah, that's
But
pretty
Dave
much.
G likes my
that's it.
book too. He actually had special privileges to Echoes of Nor, which I'm putting the finished touches on. It'll be hardbound soon.
Beautiful.
Yeah, but no,
Oh,
it's all
Hogwarts.
good. Now, I think the most recent thing, which I did not pay for in any way, shape, or form, I needed to show my wife Wednesday. And, it was a pretty good flick. The girl's a great actress. The only thing is when I was sitting through it, I'm going, they retold Harry Potter. They have a kid's school. All the kids there. The lead professor dies. They have someone from the past get resurrected to be the baddie. I'm going, they retold Harry Potter. Kind of took some of the original out of it for me, but it was still likable.
Well, if I watched it, it would be original because I've never read any of the Harry Potter books or seen any of the movies.
Oh my God! Well, I'm gonna faint.
Oh, you just broke.
Famous!
You just broke her leg.
Oh my God! I can't take Bob. Oh, living under a rock. Oh, okay, I still love you, Dave Bob.
First time I heard anything about it, I thought it was about a Potter. Harry the Potter.
Oh, Dave Bob.
Thought it was a porno.
Yeah, baby.
Oh God.
Got my
No,
70s, got my 70s porn stash on.
Do you have on your chains? You know, you got to have on your gold chains and your shirt unbuttoned down to your belly button with the big, huge collars. Bell bottom. I don't know. You mentioned 70s.
He was in the military.
Oh, okay.
My dad, when he was in the military, I told you guys he was much older, and his pastime, because he would never get into fashion, it was the zoot suiter times, and he was always angry, big Navy guy. I could show you a picture. He was built like swinging a sledgehammer since he was 9 years old. You can imagine the shoulders on this man, big blue eye. My dad was Atlas, but when he'd get off the boat and these zoot suiters around. And he tried to impress upon me. He said, to have a good time is you beat the crap out of these people. And that's what he did. So he would never be in the bell-bottom scene. He was more in the, setting the attitude straight type of frame of mind. So.
Well, that's classic, though. That kind of style is classic.
Yeah, he was greatest generation.
Like nowadays. We really do.
Yeah.
And we were when we were talking about, I'm fuzzy, but no, it's just
too much wine.
It was backstage when y'all were talking about, particularly the Gen X generation. And it's like, amazing some of the things that we survived when we were kids, some of the stuff that we did and pulled, kids nowadays would never even think of doing. And we just, we all thought we were immortal, and damn, we did some things that I'm surprised didn't have, harsher consequences on us, physically and mentally, but we survived. We got through,
Drank out of the garden hose, rode down a hill on a bicycle without the coaster brakes. All kinds of stuff. Crashing in.
I grew up in Southern California, and you don't see the sewer systems or anything, but as kids, we got in there and mapped out the entire city from the underground. We could pop up on the far side of town, all from marching through the frog-infested sewers. They didn't have sewage. It was just water runoff. And, the times at the beaches, just blowing things. And when I say blowing things up, I really did make bombs and blow things up. By hand. Fun. It was, my word, we had fun. First off, I started by taking my dad's 30-06 bullets and pulling the powder out of them. And then I figured, he's going to figure that out. So we got some black powder and started going from there. And then my dad, when I was 11, started providing the black powder. And things went good for them. That was how to live. Someone had a video game, we started getting the Ataris out. And we'd play for half an hour and think, let's go out back and dig a hole, or let's build a tree house, or let's find another way to get on the other side of the freeway, Or
let's go down to the bayou and try to catch the water moccasins. We used to catch them by hand.
You did? You actually, water moccasins, Dave?
Yeah, no, those things stank. Oh, God.
Yeah, they did.
They could bite and hurt you, too.
When they pee, they stink. Ooh.
Ew, I wouldn't know. I've never been that close to a water moccasin to know that they stink.
Well, most snakes, when you pick them up, their first reaction is to piss. And they do stink. Except the only way I caught them was with a brick to their head. But I did catch a few.
Nope. I don't do snakes.
We used to take it kind of as a badge of honor. If you could take what you would do, you'd take a stick and you'd pin him down, and then you'd reach right behind his head and pick him up. That's how you picked up a snake.
God, y'all sound like my oldest brother. He had all that kind of shit when he was a teenager. He had all kinds of. I don't know how my mom. If you know what, she's a better mom than me. Because the first time my teenage son came to me and said, "Bub, I found a snake. Can I keep it?" I'd be like, take it outside. No. But he had 5 or 6 of them in cages, anywhere from constrictors to freaky looking. I don't know what the hell they were. And and 1 or 2 would always escape and get in the house. And we found one in a toaster one time. We found one had gotten outside and curled up in the sprinkler system and the little nozzle. I don't know how the hell he did it. My dad turned on the sprinkler and chunks of snake started going everywhere. He walked in one time. I was hanging out with my parents. He walked in one time and he's like, "Hey, look what I got." and he held it by this tail like this 8-foot plus freaking rattler that, you know, when he was out in the Everglades that day, his little motorcycle stalled and there was this rattlesnake swimming in the Everglades towards him. So what does he decide to do? The same thing. He decides to jump in and grab it and drown it and then skin it later for a damn hat belt. No, y'all. No, there's just something wrong with all of that. I'm sorry.
Well,
you know, something really strange too that we did. My brother had found, we called them alligator lizards. I don't know what kind they were, but you know, they got pretty long. They had them in Mexico all the way up to where we were. And we kept it in the house and let it run free because it ate bugs. Didn't make messes, nothing that we could smell anyway. And the thing got to be about 12 inches long before we lost it. I think it found some place to go off and die. But yeah, we just let it run free in the house. Boa constrictor.
Like a Gila monster almost.
I have a scorpion in polyurethane that we had as a pet for a while. This thing's about 3 inches long. All the fun stuff. And that's, again, Dave Bob, you know, he brought it up, drinking out a hose and everything else. Humanity is being too coddled. We need to get back to being rough and tumble.
That's the reason a lot of allergies and kids being sick all the time. They're not exposed to enough toxic stuff.
Right?
I think there's some truth in that because think about it. People haven't necessarily changed in their desires to get out and do that, but our technology has changed. So there's a lot more being inside. Kids are raised now with, you know, the internet, games, which there's nothing wrong with that. But I think what it's done is it's made us very internal. It's made us very inside oriented. It makes us kind of withdraw into ourselves. And I don't know any kids today that would know the joy of mapping out a sewer system to get from one part of the city to another, or jumping off of, and I'm not saying they should do this, but jumping off of roofs onto, you know, a big trampoline.
No, we didn't.
Beanbags blow apart when you do it. I tried it.
We just jumped off. We jumped off the roof. There was nothing down there but ground. I mean,
you know, yeah,
legs
they
of
don't
steel.
know that. They don't
back
know
then.
that.
Yeah. Right now, if I did that, my knees would shatter.
Yeah. I mean, we may not have been the shiniest apples of the bunch, but damn it, we were badass. We were badass. We survived some stuff. We did.
For new parents, you brought something up, but for new parents, if you can, at all costs, don't let your kids onto any mobile devices at all, unless it's just to make phone calls until they hit just after puberty, because it does affect brain development. It really does.
Yeah,
so, sorry to tell you that, but you know, plugging them in and saying, you know what, you play a video game and I'm going to go do the dishes, doesn't work.
Yeah,
it's like setting them down in front of the TV and just, you know, letting the TV babysit them. That's what a lot of what happened back in the 80s and 90s too.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, there wasn't any of that stuff. I mean, from the time you got up in the morning in the summertime when you weren't in school until it got dark and you heard your dad out there calling you in. I mean, that's when you came home. Street lights were on. That wasn't a sign to get, you know, to come home. Mine was my dad out there screaming at the top of his lungs looking for us.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's truth there. Dean Krantz has it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Andy has it. You know, flip phones. Because we used to have to carry dimes around. Dave Bob would remember that.
Oh,
you know,
man.
So for the phone booths, you have your emergency dime, as the scouts would have, and then it graduated to quarter, and now they just have phones, but the phones have become too advanced for
nobody even knows what a phone booth is anymore.
Right. I like that video of his kids. The dad gave him a dial phone and says, "Here, show us how to operate that." And they just stood like a couple of morons. What is it?
What the hell?
Right. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's been an hour. You guys have been wonderful. Anything you need to share with us, Dave, Bob, before I kick us out?
No, just y'all keep on keeping on, and I want to thank everybody that sent me well wishes.
You're awesome. We all care about you. Arwyn.
Let's see. I think there's BackTube tonight. I don't know if I'm going to be there, but I think Arlena and Daryl are having BackTube tonight, and there is BackTube tomorrow night at 6.
She talks too much.
You shady. And then I think that's all that's going on this weekend, if memory serves. But yeah, I want to echo what Dave Bob said. Thank y'all to everyone who has reached out in whatever capacity. I appreciate y'all. I am keeping the fundraiser up through this weekend, and that was from a chat vote on Sugar and Spice. I was going to take it down Wednesday. I was going to take it down Wednesday, but everyone in the chat was like, "Look, just leave it up through the weekend." So I'm like, okay.
We heard it once upon a time said by a certain redhead that it is okay for people to help someone else, because not only does it help the person, but also the people that are providing are given blessings as well. I think I heard you say that once upon a time a while back. So
yeah,
enjoy.
It's true. So I love y'all.
Love.
Yeah, I'm enjoying
right.
it very much, and I needed it. I needed the love. I did. So
as for me, I know you guys don't care. Believe it or not, the little hairy dude from England, he's going to kill me for that. Oh, jeez. My mind just went blank when I'm trying to think of F.A. Ryan Roger F.A. has wanted me to be on his show tonight, and I have no idea why. But hopefully neither one of us will go in more insane than we already are, because I know I'm already nuts. But everyone, thank you for being here. Loki's going to have to put up the smell of cats. And
stop it now! Stop it, y'all!
Chicken fodder. And at least the studio still works for the most part. So everyone, have a wonderful weekend.
Dang it, Arwyn, you spilt wine in the corner.
I'm sorry. I'll lick it up. I don't want to waste a drop.
Goodbye.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.